Funerals beginning this week in Uvalde after the deadly school shooting, and an investigation now underway into how police responded to the shooting. We're going to have the latest coming up. Plus,
it's a day honoring service members who paid the ultimate price for freedom. Coming up, a look at a Memorial Day ceremony that is now back open to the public after a 2-year absence.
And for the second time in less than a week, a Bexar County deputy out of a job and facing some serious charges. What Sheriff Javier Salazar is saying about this still ahead on GMSA at 9.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning, and thank you for starting your day with us. It is Memorial Day. It is Monday, May 30th.
I know a lot of people are going to be out and about at that ceremony that our Tiffany Huertas is at for Memorial Day at Fort Sam National Cemetery. Justin, people out there, is it still windy outside? I know Mike was talking about the wind overnight.
Yeah, we've had some gusty winds. We're going to continue to see some of those winds gusting in the range of 20 to 25 miles per hour. And we've also got some cloud cover, which is helping us with those temperatures for now. Unfortunately, that cloud cover is not going to last long, and we'll see those temperatures jump up back into the upper 90s again this afternoon. Right now, sitting at 80 degrees at the airport, 76 Kerrville, 80 in New Braunfels, so already starting to warm up. Fairly humid at the moment. The dew point will come down a little bit this afternoon. And as we look at the forecast here, just partly cloudy skies the next few days. Temperatures will be in the upper 90s with morning clouds and then afternoon sun basically each and every day. Pollen count is in. It's actually just molds, and they're in the moderate category, 980. There is not grass today, so it's just molds. We'll update that for you. Here's your Memorial Day forecast. 83 degrees by 10 o'clock, 86 by 11 a.m. We'll start to see a lot more sun as we get into the afternoon. 94 by 2 o'clock. We're up close to 97 by 4 p.m. There will be a little bit of a heat index today with humidity the way it is, and there are those gusty winds too. Anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour and gusting higher than that. Will we see any changes going forward? Are there any rain chances in the forecast? We'll investigate that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Justin, thank you so much. Taking a look out at the roadways right now. We know it is Memorial Day weekend. We know a lot of people traveling, probably coming back this morning, coming back home. A lot of people on the roadways. It looks like everything is going smoothly this morning, but if anything does pop up, we will let you know. If you do plan to head out and about, make sure to be safe, drive smart. All right, now to the latest in our Uvalde school coverage. So after the President and First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, visited Uvalde yesterday, questions continue to grow about why it took so long for first responders to enter the school while the gunman was still inside.
ABC's Marcus Moore has the latest on the Justice Department's review of the police response.
As the Justice Department starts to review law enforcement's response to the deadly school shooting at Robb Elementary, new video obtained by ABC News shows the terrifying moments after that gunman opened fire.
Okay, they're getting the kids out.
Police officers breaking windows, trying to evacuate the children. The video also capturing what appears to be dispatch audio, sharing with officers they're on the phone with a student trapped in the classroom the gunman had entered.
Are we able to... Is there anybody inside of the building at this point? Tyler is advising he is in the room full of victims at this moment.
Texas law enforcement detailing those chilling calls from the children.
She identified herself and whispered she's in room 112. At 12:10, she called back in room 12, advised there were multiple dead. Again at 12:16, she called back and said there was 8 to 9 students alive.
ABC News learning the gunman was inside the school for 77 gut-wrenching minutes before law enforcement breached the locked door with a key and killed the shooter. The investigation revealing the school district police chief wrongly believed the situation was no longer an active shooter, but instead a barricaded subject, and had ordered tactical teams not to enter the classroom.
It was a wrong decision, period. There's no excuse for that.
Sources say eventually federal officers defying local authorities, going in and fatally shooting the gunman. Now 9-year-old survivor Daniel Garza, who lost his cousin in the shooting, revealing what it was like as they waited to be rescued. His teacher Elsa Avila, injured in the attack, shot 2 times, but locked the door before the gunman could get in.
She ran to the door quickly
she got her key, she broke the key in, and then she was running because she got shot, and then she just like dropped on the floor, and then she was like playing dead.
Daniel recounting the moment he saw the gunman.
Where he's like staring at like people through a little window.
And what was he doing?
He was just like standing there with his gun, like tapping on like the window.
As the nation mourns the 21 lives lost, President Biden and First Lady visiting Uvalde Sunday to pay tribute. The president confronted by a frustrated crowd. The crowd chanting, "Do something." The president responding, "We will." Democratic leaders now promising serious negotiations about gun control are underway, involving a bipartisan group.
Inside this room, we're talking about red flag laws. We're talking about strengthening and expanding the background check system, if not universal background checks. We're talking about safe storage. And yes, we're also talking about mental health resources and more security dollars for schools.
Amidst the grief in this small town, people are imploring lawmakers to address the issues and find a solution to these shootings. And over the weekend, the state senator said that there may be plans to tear this school down and to replace it with a new campus as this community tries to heal. Marcus Moore, ABC News, Uvalde, Texas.
Well, if you're looking for ways to help the people of Uvalde, we have a list of organizations that you can donate to. There are official funds set up to help the families of the school shooting victims. And of course, you can always donate blood, which is always in demand.
Other top stories we are following this morning: 2 separate motorcycle crashes overnight, leaving multiple people injured.
The first motorcycle crash happened around midnight on the city's east side on Gambler Road. According to the sergeant on scene, a vehicle passed a bus that was pulled over on the side of the road and crashed into the motorcycle head-on, then took off. A man and woman were on that motorcycle. The man was taken to the hospital but is expected to be okay. The woman was treated for minor injuries at the scene. At last check, police still had not located the driver involved in that crash.
The second motorcycle crash happening just before 3 a.m. on the city's west side on Horrell Drive near Easy Valley Street. Now, police tell us a driver of a Toyota rear-ended a motorcyclist, sending the motorcycle about 30 yards down the road. Now, the victim transported to University Hospital by EMS. At last check, they were dealing with critical injuries. Now, the driver of the Toyota was evaluated for possible intoxication. They were determined to be intoxicated, subsequently arrested for a DWI.
Let's take a look at today's 9 at 9.
Visitation services are being held today for 2 victims of the deadly shooting in Uvalde. Now, this comes after the President and First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, visiting the small town just yesterday. In the meantime, the Justice Department announcing that they will now investigate the police response to the shooting and why the shooter was not stopped sooner.
5 people were killed after 2 boats collided head-on on a Georgia river this weekend. One of the drivers was arrested for boating under the influence. 4 other passengers were injured and 3 others still have not been found.
A 26-year-old man turning himself into authorities in connection to a shooting at an outdoor festival in eastern Oklahoma this weekend. 1 person killed, 7 more injured. The motive behind the shooting still unclear.
Search efforts continue in Nepal after a deadly plane crash yesterday. 22 people were on board that flight. Several bodies have been recovered, but so far no word on any survivors. The plane lost contact with tower control while flying through an area of mountaintops.
The number of sudden and mysterious hepatitis cases in children has gone up. It's gone up at least 650 cases worldwide. Common viruses known to cause hepatitis have been ruled out. Researchers now looking into environmental exposures, toxins, and perhaps co-infections with another virus.
Flight cancellations backing up travel plans this holiday weekend from Friday through Sunday. Well over 5,000 flights have been canceled. According to FlightAware, many of the cancellations are being blamed on bad weather and what airlines are calling, quote, air traffic control actions. Delta Airlines has been hit the hardest.
AAA says nearly 35 million Americans hit the road for Memorial Day holiday weekend. Gas prices hitting a 10-year high this weekend. This is information according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration. Some analysts say it may not be until August when we see some prices go down at the pump.
Stock markets in the U.S. are closed for Memorial Day, but stock markets across the world have been trading higher overnight after last night's numbers showing inflation in the U.S. slowing down.
And the stage is set for the NBA Finals after the Boston Celtics defeated the Miami Heat last night in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics taking on the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals. Tip-off starts Thursday, and you can watch all the games right here on KSAT 12. And that's today's 9 at 9. Time now, 9:08, 80 degrees out.
Oof. All right, a Bexar County deputy finds himself behind bars facing some serious charges. What he's accused of and the message Sheriff Javier Salazar is sending.
Plus, a dramatic pool rescue being shown as a reminder to watch little ones extra closely. David Sear is joining us in just a few minutes with this story and much more.
This is a live look at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery, where they are getting ready for the Memorial Day ceremony. Tiffany Huertas is going to join us after the break with a live report. We'll be right back.
Today is Memorial Day. Hundreds of people gathering at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery, honoring the men and women who lost their lives defending our country.
And this will be the first public Memorial Day ceremony at the cemetery since 2019, pre-pandemic. Tiffany Huertas joins us live with a look at those solemn services. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning. People have been looking forward to today. This is a tradition for many, and they're just so happy. They tell me that it's back open for the public. Opening remarks start at 9:30, but people have already started gathering here. The ceremony is filled with military traditions. There will be speeches, a rifle salute, taps, and music. Now, in 2020 and 2021, they did not host a public ceremony due to COVID-19. Instead, the Department of Veterans Affairs held online ceremonies. Families from across the country are here this morning to honor those who sacrificed their lives while serving in the U.S. Armed Forces.
Memorial Day throughout the United States and those Americans even overseas consider this a very special day, because Memorial Day is not just for veterans who may have fallen during the war, but also those who may have been wounded during the war but survived for another 2 years, and then they were interred here in the cemetery. Because the first time we did this was back in 2010, and we read the names of over 76,000 veterans who were interred in this cemetery like that. And the cemetery just does a great job in taking care of the veterans.
Also back this year, the tradition of placing flags at each grave. Volunteers with flags for fallen vets placed them yesterday, and we are still seeing a lot of people getting here through shuttles. We'll have more details coming up on the noon show. Back to you.
All right, Tiffany Huertas, thank you so much. Such powerful moments out there, but you could kind of see the wind. You could definitely
you see it on Tiff's hair, the wind out there. Justin, the wind kind of woke me up last night. I was like, oh my gosh, is it storming outside? No, no rain in sight, but just
gusty winds, gusty southerly winds. And we're going to see these gusts up around 25, maybe 30 miles per hour all day long. So be aware of that. Gusty winds today and tomorrow, too. Let's go outside for you. You see the cloud cover. We've had quite a few clouds this morning. And we're going to get into that pattern where we see morning clouds and then afternoon sun. It's also a bit more humid out there. Right now, 80 degrees at the airport, 83 Stinson, 81 Kelly, 79 currently at Randolph. And you see those winds out of the south at 20 miles per hour at Stinson, south-southeast at 18 at the airport. Here's a look at the satellite picture. And our clouds, our morning clouds are starting to break up. You kind of see those cloud streets that are setting up, but thinning out nonetheless. And I do think we'll see quite a bit more sun by the afternoon. As far as temperatures go, in the 80s for the most part here across Bexar County. 70s for Bernie State, 77 Comfort, 78 Canyon Lake, 83 right now in New Braunfels. That dew point, it does come down a little bit, but not as much as we'd like. When you get 2 points in the mid-60s, you're still going to carry a heat index. So whatever temperature you see this afternoon, just know you may have to tack on a few more degrees for that feels like number with humidity the way it is. And here's a look at that forecast. By noontime, we're at 89 degrees, close to 90 in several spots here around San Antonio. And by this afternoon, 97. A little cooler than yesterday, but not by much. And when you add in that added humidity, really doesn't make that much of a difference. And boy, what a month that has been. You look at the month in review. we basically can project now that we will be above average to the end of the month. Right now, we're about 6.4 degrees above average. And look, I think this is going to finish as the hottest May on record. Really not a surprise considering all the records you see there. We hit 101 4 different times this month. And so that doesn't bode well as we head into June, but we do know that May is going to go into the record books almost for sure. There's look at the wind gusts, gusting to 25 at the airport right now, gusting to 28 in Kerrville, gusting to 20 in Uvalde, gusting to 30 in Beeville. So it's windy area wide. And that wind gust forecast, we keep the gusts in that 20 to 25 mile per hour range all the way through this evening and even going into tonight. It's still going to be somewhat windy. Here's the setup, and we have an area of low pressure up here across the northern tier states, and basically all the action is well to our north, the jet stream, and that is going to keep all the action up there today. There's going to be severe weather from Fargo to Minneapolis down to Omaha, Wichita this afternoon. But you look to the south, things are very quiet. It's just hot. Here's a look at the forecast temperatures. If you're doing some traveling today, it's hot across the entire state. Almost everyone will be in the 90s today. 94 Waco, 97 here in San Antonio, close to 100 in Laredo, and 97 Midland, 94 Lubbock. You get the idea. There's no issues as far as traveling goes. If you're planning out your Memorial Day, 89 noontime, we talked about those temperatures making it into the upper 90s this afternoon. Mostly sunny skies, even going into this evening, will be in the 90s until maybe 9 o'clock. With mostly clear skies, and those winds will still stay up overnight. Here's the extended forecast. 97 Tuesday, 96 Wednesday. I think there's an outside chance for a shower or two in the morning, maybe Thursday, Friday, but this is not going to be any sort of important or significant rain. And then as we get into the weekend, high pressure builds in a little bit more, and that means we've got upper 90s, close to 100 again, Saturday and Sunday. Coming up in just a little bit, we're going to take a look at the tropics. There is one storm of note out in the Pacific, and we'll let you know where it's headed and what that means for our forecast as well, coming up in just a bit.
All right, Justin Horn, thank you so much. 9:18, already 80 degrees out.
All right, when we come back, David Sears is going to join us with a look at your morning headlines, including this story. You see that video on your screen of a young boy who was rescued from a pool.
Good morning and welcome back. In your morning headlines, a lesson for those who have small children and you're around a pool and a shower like no other.
And a glass bottom bridge that now holds a record. David Sears is here with this morning's headlines. Good morning, David.
Yeah, if you guys are scared of heights, get ready. This might get you shaking over there.
Okay.
Love that for you just a second. But first, let's start with this. Can't get a better warning for parents than this. If your child has access to a pool, pay attention. That is 4-year-old Xavier Rigney getting loose at an apartment complex in Kansas, headed right for the water, jumps in. The child is autistic and nonverbal and drowning. Fortunately, 12-year-old Maddox Westerhouse saw Xavier jump in and called his dad. By the time his dad jumped the fence and ran to the pool and jumped in, Xavier had been underwater for 3 minutes and 22 seconds. Tom Westerhouse got the little boy to the side, started CPR. He worked on Xavier for 3 minutes. Then the little guy started coming to life. EMS showed up, and those guys even had to jump the fence. Both parents were very grateful.
Definitely when he started to cough up water and everything, I knew that was a good sign.
He's my best friend, so I don't know what I would do without him. Sorry.
Kids with autism have a 10-time greater risk of drowning, and drowning is the leading cause of death for all kids ages 1 to 4. That's according to the National Drowning Prevention Alliance. So 2 lessons here. Watch your kids if there's a pool nearby, and no CPR. That dad, Tom Westerhouse, did and saved a child's life because he knew what to do. We could have a huge shower tonight, but then again, maybe not. And it has nothing to do with rain. It could be an out-of-this-world meteor shower, but then again, maybe not. Confused? Sure you are. Astronomers seem to think there is a good chance we could see a pretty spectacular light show just after midnight, and it could last for an hour. Their reasoning? The meteor's parent comet has been disintegrating, and that could lead to the big show. That is according to space.com. The shower even has a name, the Tower Euclid, something like that. I don't know why they give these weird names to these things. Yeah, NASA's Meteor Environment Office says, I didn't know we had one of those, says the peak should be tomorrow morning around 2 a.m. Not sure why they are so skeptical. even if it does happen, unfortunately, Justin says it might be a little cloudy, so we can't see it anyway. So if it happens, we might not be able to see it. But if it doesn't happen, then you didn't miss anything. I want to know where that office is.
Me too.
Probably in D.C.
Finally,
somewhere.
you are looking at the world's longest glass bottom bridge. They had their opening ceremony with their dragon dance blessing. This is in Vietnam. So what do you think that guy in front of the line is thinking as he's running across that bridge? Boy, oh, they did a good job of building this thing. The bridge is 2,073 feet long. It connects two mountains with a 492-foot deep valley. And they also received a plaque from the Guinness Book of World Records certifying it as a world record.
Okay.
If you're scared of heights, you don't want to go there.
I want to go back to the meteor shower, and then we'll come back to this. So I love how you were like, we don't know if we're going to see it. And then even if it does happen, we're not going to be able to see it.
We probably won't be able to see it. So, yeah.
Would you try the glass bridge?
Would you go live? If it was for a live shot, would you go live from the glass bridge?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
Would you run across it?
No, I wouldn't be running. Not like those guys. No, I'd be like holding on to the rails and
Do you think it's safer to go slow on that bridge, or just like, all right,
fast.
let's just get it over
you
with?
Go as fast as possible.
But see, the other question is, would you look down?
Yes.
No.
I mean, you can walk. You can just keep your eyes right on the other side of the bridge and look at the mountain and just kind of walk and not even look down. But if you look down, then you go, whoa, hey, 492 feet. Boom.
It's a lot.
Down.
It's a lot to take in.
A lot to complicate. Yeah, it's complicated.
Thank you, David Sears.
David Sears.
No problem.
Time now, 9:25, 80 degrees out.
There's still a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9, including the latest on a Bexar County Sheriff's deputy who was arrested for trying to sneak drugs into the jail. The message Sheriff Javier Salazar is now sending to the rest of his deputies.
Plus, as the community comes together in the wake of the Uvalde school shooting, some of the youngest members of the community in Uvalde, they are speaking out about what changes they want to see.
And another live look at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery. The Memorial Day ceremony should be starting in just a couple of minutes at 9:30 after the break. We'll try to listen in to part of that ceremony as we remember those who have fallen.
Well, welcome back. Taking a live look out at the Alamo City, 80 degrees this Memorial Day Monday. We know a lot of people out and about, a lot of people honoring those who sacrificed their lives for our country. We know the Fort Sam Houston Cemetery having their memorial going on right as we speak.
Justin, that almost looks like a black and white shot. It's so cloudy out there.
Yeah, the morning clouds are there. The sun's trying to shine through. It's warm, it's humid, and it's windy. Those are kind of the main takeaways this morning if you're going to be out at these events. Know that we could see some gusts up to 25 miles per hour, and temperatures are already in the 80s. I want to show you the travel map if you do have plans to travel today. These are the airport delays. And for what I'm seeing, not a lot of delays, at least weather-wise. I can't guarantee you that volume-wise there won't be delays. But as far as the weather goes, there could be a few delays as you get up towards Minneapolis and, say, Rapid City today with some of the weather up there. But most of the major hubs doing okay today. Here's a look at the satellite picture. You see some of those clouds starting to thin out a little bit. We're going to see some sun into the afternoon, and it will be another hot one. There's a look at the wind gusts, gusting to 25 at the airport right now, gusting to 28 in Hondo, gusting to 27 out there at Lost Maple. So it's windy area-wide. Your Memorial Day forecast. Clouds early. We'll see those start to go away after lunch. 91 by 1 o'clock, 96 by 3 p.m., and we're up to 97 by 5 p.m. And I will warn you, with a little added humidity today, it'll feel somewhat warmer than that. Could feel like it's close to 100 in several spots with those gusty winds, guys.
Justin, thank you. For the second time in less than a week, a Bexar County deputy has lost his job and is now facing serious charges.
So the deputy arrested after allegedly trying to smuggle marijuana into the Bexar County jail.
Camelia Juarez tells us Sheriff Javier Salazar had some strong words for the deputies accused and those just starting their careers in law enforcement.
Not only are you going to bring a premature end to your career, it's going to be an embarrassing end to your career.
Sheriff Javier Salazar says an inmate was caught speaking in code on a phone call, which led deputies to discover an operation to smuggle drugs into the jail. An investigation revealed the deputy had both real and synthetic marijuana in his car outside the jail. 21-year-old Colby Counts Ramirez was arrested on 3 charges: criminal conspiracy to commit substances in a correctional facility, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of marijuana.
The arrest comes only days after another deputy was arrested for injuring an inmate. Now, the deputy, Ivan Torres, is accused of pushing an inmate to the ground where he hit a bed, leaving lacerations on the inmate's face. He's charged with official oppression, assault to bodily injury, and ultimately lost his job.
A new class of deputies is set to graduate Tuesday. Sheriff Salazar says he sets expectations and warns deputies to the consequences on their first day.
I don't want anybody to be able to plead ignorance and say that nobody's ever told them. I would, when it comes down to the point that we're terminating somebody or arresting somebody, I make it clear, look, I personally remember having this conversation with you, and here's the form that you signed.
Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
We've had multiple crews in and around Uvalde since last Tuesday when the news broke. We've covered every press conference, and then we had coverage for most of the day, throughout the day yesterday, because of the visit by President Joe Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden.
While our crews have been there, we've heard several heartbreaking stories and calls for action to be taken. Steve Spriester was in Uvalde yesterday and spoke to some of the youngest community members who were very vocal about changes that they believe need to be made.
Welcome to Town Square Park, which is in the heart of Uvalde. It is a place that has become sacred ground for a lot of people in this community and people really all over the country who have come here to pay their respects to the 21 victims of the Robb Elementary shooting. They include 21 crosses that have now been covered with flowers, covered with stuffed animals, and each of those crosses with personal messages to each of the victims from family members, and it's very heart-touching. What you also notice about this area is there are a number of kids, a number of 2nd, 3rd, and 4th graders, just like those who died in Robb Elementary. And they have their own thoughts on exactly what happened that day and the people they will miss, as well as a young mother holding her baby. Take a listen.
It's hard to think that in a couple of years I have to send her and know that you don't know what's going to happen. And I know it's scary for the parents. It's hard for them. And nobody knows. We don't know what they're going through. And to see those little faces on those crosses, it's not right. This should not have been something that happened.
With her baby Isabella in her arms, a mother worries about the next generation. A generation very evident at this memorial. Children remembering children lost. An 11-year-old with a blunt message. I have dreams, don't kill me. A brother and sister wishing they could have told 2 of their favorite teachers goodbye.
It's sad to know that our teachers, that they're resting in heaven.
Some of them were my friends' siblings, and it's just, you wish you could have been there for them, and you wish this would never happen, and it's just sad that it happens.
I feel like I'm sad because of all the kids, and I feel heartbroken for all the kids and all the parents because they're not going to be able to see their child no more.
Did you know anybody?
Yes.
You knew one of the victims? Who did you know?
Jacqueline Cáceres. She was nice, kind, had a lot of good humor, always had a smile. She would never let someone down. She was always a nice person. I didn't believe it until I saw that her mom was the one who posted it on Facebook, and it was unbelievable to me. I really didn't know what to do, and I just started crying.
Town Square Park is traditionally a place where people in Uvalde come together, so I guess it's no surprise that this is where this makeshift memorial stands. No word on how long it will be standing or if they'll make this a permanent part of Town Square Park here in Uvalde, a place where people have come to grieve and where it does seem people have come to heal. In Uvalde, Steve Spriester, KSAT 12 News.
Steve also got to meet with a doctor at University Hospital who walked him through what she and her team experienced the day of the shooting just last Tuesday.
The trauma team from University Hospital waited almost 2 hours for the first patient to arrive from Robb Elementary School.
Now, we wanted to share part of Steve's story that aired last night on the Night Beat and what the doctor he spoke with says she wishes they could have done. Take a listen.
It's hard to see the extent of those wounds on humans. Not just little kids.
You want to receive as many patients as you can.
Yeah, I think for a while that was the disappointing part. We wish we would have saved more people.
As professional and acclaimed as the University Hospital trauma team is, they are also human.
When you go home, you get to hug your family member, and you know that there are many families that couldn't do that, could never do that again.
The University Hospital treated several patients from Uvalde, but the team's biggest regret is that more students did not make it to their doors. Now, you can watch Steve's full story right now on KSAT.com, and it really is a powerful, emotional story to watch.
And people across the country are coming together to show their support for Uvalde. The small town shaken by that violence is being lifted up by the strength of others.
So take a look and listen to what some people are doing to offer a sense of comfort during this unimaginable time.
My name is Garza. I'm a 4th grade teacher in Eagle Pass, Texas. That's 45 minutes from here. And I have a grief support group called Healing Hearts. Being a teacher now, of course, you just want to do, and all you want to do is help. And so I thought it would be a great idea to have a stuffed animal drive. They provide emotional support. It's really difficult if you've gone through a crisis like this to get any kind of sleep. You know, you can just hold on to something, and if it brings you comfort, then it was worth it.
Hi, I'm Shirley Graziano. We're with Crisis Response K-9 team. This is Murphy. He's a 2-year-old border collie, and then Macy, she's 5, right? She's a 5-year-old. Many of us in our group are trained in CISM, which is Critical Incident Stress Management. So kind of to put it in a smaller term, it's like emotional first aid. And the unusual thing, it's really not us doing the work, it's really these dogs. We're trying to get the message that we care. There's not a lot we can do. We can't make this different, but maybe we can make it a slight bit better.
And that's what the choir's been doing. They've been singing songs of comfort for this community.
You plan on coming back here every day for the next few days?
That's the plan. The choir will be coming out here daily as long as it's necessary.
And we know a lot of people are still asking the question, how can I help out? We have a list of how you can help out. Donate blood, donate money. Right now, just head to KSAT.com. Time now just about 9:40, 81 degrees out.
You're watching GMSA at 9. It is Memorial Day, and right now we're out live at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery, where their Memorial Day ceremony is underway. Let's take a listen in.
Specialist 4, Manuel Arguello, United States Army. Staff Sergeant Paul Sigler, United States Army. Major Aubrey Helsel, United States Air Force. And Chief Master Sergeant Blandon Ferguson, United States Air Force. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant Major Maston and Cadet McKay. At this time, I would like to recognize our distinguished guests. Distinguished guests, when you are recognized, please stand, you and your spouse if present, to be recognized. I would also like to ask the audience to please hold all applause until all of the names are called. Deputy Secretary for Veterans Affairs, the Honorable Donald M. Rummy. Commander, 502nd Air Base Wing and Joint Base San Antonio, Brigadier General Russell D. Driggers, his wife, Mrs. Janet Driggers, and son, Mr. Leo Driggers. Commander, Naval Medical Forces Support Command and Director of the Nurse Corps, Rear Admiral Cynthia Keener, and her husband, Mr. Carl Keener. And representing our Gold Star families, Natalie Smart.
And again, Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery holding their Memorial Day ceremony right now, honoring those who sacrificed their lives to protect our freedom. Tiffany Huertas will have this story, so much more, hearing from families at the ceremony at the news at noon. But for now, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We've been talking about it throughout the morning. Memorial Day weekend, usually the unofficial start of summer, and a lot of people trying to keep cool, trying to get near a body of water.
But as Camelia Wadis reports, you may notice some changes. She explains what you can expect this season at the river.
Keep safe, have fun, and just behave.
For some, summer begins as soon as it's warm enough to hop in the river. New Braunfels is expecting to see an increase in people and business.
I think now that everybody's back out and everybody's wanting to travel, but probably locally, so that's going to bring in some really good crowds. So we're anticipating very big weekends.
But the crowd is welcome as many businesses are still recovering from COVID-related setbacks. VP of the Visitors Bureau, Mallory Hines, says the anticipated boom in people will have a positive impact for their economy.
There's the ripple effect of those dollars into the community, as a restaurant must buy supplies to support their operation, and an employee from one of these attractions or businesses then goes and spends in this economy.
Now, although the river may be low in some places, be sure to bring your life vest. They're free of charge all along the river, and make sure your size is appropriate for your weight.
The best way to avoid parking hassles or lines at the tube chutes is to arrive early. High gas prices have families trading a long road trip for staycations nearby. And despite all the fun that can be had, New Braunfels Police Captain Michael Penshorn wants to remind people to do it safely.
People need to make sure they keep their level of intoxication down, because you might be the best swimmer in the world, but if you become intoxicated, a river that can be 15, 20 feet deep in some places can definitely get the best of you.
New Braunfels PD also says you could be ticketed for bringing glass or styrofoam, but warnings are often issued to protect river critters and fellow swimmers. Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
All right, so Justin Horn, 81 degrees now. If anyone is still out and about at the river, any body of water, what can they expect for the rest of the day?
It's going to be another hot one. Pretty similar to yesterday, maybe just a little more humid. We've still got that good breeze out there, too. So it's a good day to find a body of water if that's what's in your plans. Speaking of water, let's take a look at what's going on out in the Pacific. This is Hurricane Agatha, and it is a strong Category 2 hurricane. Winds right now at 110 miles per hour, gusting to 130. So you see Acapulco right there. And this is going to make landfall sometime today. Again, packing a punch and bringing quite a bit of rain with it as it moves off to the north and east. It's got gusts to 130 miles per hour. It's moving northeast at about 8 miles per hour. Now, as it moves across the mountains there in Mexico, it will fall apart. But here's the interesting part about this. It crosses over into the Gulf of Mexico. If it does regenerate, which the remnants look like it won't really come together until it gets out here in the Atlantic, possible, some of the models are hinting at that, then it would become Alex, if you were curious. But this is going to take until Monday, okay? So we have a lot of time to watch this, and this is not a threat to Texas. This would be an issue for, say, Florida, the East Coast, if that's if it develops, and there's a lot of ifs there. But the name, again, would be Alex. That tops the list this year. And there's a look at the list of names for the Atlantic hurricane season 2022. Alex, Bonnie, Colin, Danielle, followed by Earl, Fiona, and Gaston. And you can see the rest of the list there. Let's take a look at time lapse. We've had quite a bit of cloud cover come in overnight, a little more humidity, gusty winds, and now we're starting to see some of those clouds break up. You can see the blue sky there. 80 degrees at the airport. Dew point is at 70, so that makes it feel a little bit warmer than that actual air temperature, and the winds right now, south-southeast at 18. Cloud cover is there. We've got kind of these cloud streets setting up. But some breaks here and there, some thicker clouds out to the west. It usually takes until about lunchtime for these clouds to really thin out. Temperature-wise, in the 80s around Randolph, 83 Stinson, 83 New Braunfels, 79 right now in Seguin, 79 up there at Canyon Lake. And there's a look at the wind gusts, 25, 30. That's pretty common here around Bexar County as far as the wind gusts go. And I think that's probably kind of the range we see even into the afternoon with these southerly breezes. This particular model keeps us gusting 20 to 25. Again, maybe a few gusts up to 30, especially early in the day. That is also bringing in a lot of moisture. So dew points are in the 70s for much of South Texas. Feels pretty sticky out there. These dew points do come down some into the afternoon, but not enough to get rid of any sort of heat index. So just know that it will be more humid next few days with these strong southerly winds really ushering in a lot of humidity. And when we top out at 97 degrees, it's going to feel more like 98, 99, maybe 100 around 5 o'clock or so. And by the way, all of Texas is dealing with this. Highs in the 90s for just about everybody except the coast. 88 in Corpus Christi. Of course, it will be quite a bit more humid there. For folks heading down to the beach, it is going to be sticky for sure. 86, 11 o'clock today, 89 noontime. We're in the mid to upper 90s by 3, 4 o'clock, 97 degrees by 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. And then this evening, slow to cool down, 92 by 7 o'clock. We're down to 87 by 9 p.m. The extended forecast is a pretty quiet one. We'll get more wind tomorrow, 97 on Tuesday, 96 Wednesday, 96 Thursday and Friday. Then we're back up close to 100 over the weekend. We'll be right back.
Good morning, welcome back. All right, so the latest Tom Cruise movie opened more than 4,700 North American theaters, the widest release ever. Have you seen it?
No, Mike Osterhage.
It's a very emphatic no.
I like to wait for the crowds. I'm going to see it this week. I had good reviews from Mike Osterhage. So get this, it's estimated Top Gun Maverick will reel in $151 million, another Memorial Day weekend record.
All right, CNN's David Daniel has early estimates for the weekend box office.
Being good just feels so good.
The Bad Guys stayed in the top 5, making off with $4.6 million. Downton Abbey: A New Era fell to 4th on ticket sales of $5.9 million.
I'm making an instrument out of spoons and a napkin holder and dreams and magic.
The Bob's Burgers movie began its run by cooking up $15 million for a third-place debut. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness fell to 2nd with $16.4 million for a domestic total of $375 million, the most of any film released in 2022 so far.
Your instructor is one of the finest pilots this program has ever produced.
Tom Cruise and Top Gun Maverick had all the right moves. The long-awaited sequel zoomed off with $124 million in its first 3 days. Record debuts for Cruise and for Memorial Day weekend. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, coming up tomorrow on GMSA at 9, we are wrapping up National Stroke Awareness Month with a live Q&A tomorrow morning. Mark and Stephanie, they'll be speaking with a local doctor about the most common symptoms of a stroke and what someone should do if they see someone having one.
All right, it's 84 degrees out there right now. We'll be up around 97 this afternoon, 97 tomorrow. So basically a hot week. There is no rain in the forecast, unfortunately. It will be windy today and tomorrow especially. And yeah, we're kind of stuck in what feels like the summer doldrums already, but we're not in summer yet.
What's the official day of summer?
I believe that is June 21st.
Okay.
Oh, so we got a while.
We just got an extra month of summer beforehand.
Pretty much.
No rain?
All right.
Not any in the 7-day forecast.
We need it. Thank you, Justin.
See you back here in the news at noon.